Okay, boom, boom, boom. All right. Hello, can you hear me? Are you receiving me loud and clear this... What day is it today? Um, what day is it? Forgot what day it is. Someone remind me. I've genuinely forgotten. That's bad. Hello to Adzik Code Nova Wolf Gaming. I am going to check. Friday. Welcome to this Friday evening late night stream. It is not Sunday. Thank you anyway. But yes, welcome to this late night stream. We've got a. I'll admit, there's not much news in the way of news, so this is going to be more of a discussion-y type stream. There's a couple of little bits that I want to go over that I haven't gone over already, so I thought we'd do that. Hey, we're eating good tonight, boys. Quick, sorry, hide the character option stuff. Sorry, Barrett Saxon, I wasn't expecting you so early. Oh no, no, it's okay. I've just, yeah, no. To my shame, right? In my defense, okay, they've only just, what you call it, made it available for you to online order stuff, and I was testing it out. So, that's why they're there. Don't ever go at me, Barrett Saxon, swear. Anyway, yeah, no, we love Barrett Saxon. Hello to Adzinko Novelwolf, HG, H Games, The Whovian, Jord, Craig Rogers, Crowley. You made a good move there, character a trigger point for my mental health. Yeah, we'll just pretend they're not here. You know, it's just they were never here. It was all an illusion. It was all a lie. Like the timeless shard, you know, it's a lie. It's gone. It's fabrication. It's a fugazi. It's a fugazi. It doesn't exist. Theory: 50th anniversary. They mentioned visiting old faces. Did it foreshadow the 60th anniversary? That'd be a nice thought, wouldn't it? Yeah, that'd be a nice thought. I hope I hope that gets acknowledged. They're in the walls. Yes, iconic. Anyway, yeah, there's not loads of news. There is a little bit, but mainly I just wanted to use this opportunity to talk about a few things. I put out a tweet earlier talking about ideas for the 14th Doctor's personality. So I wanted to go over some of those suggestions with you all on this stream. We've also got we were going to talk a bit about like centenary predictions, as we are now 9 days away from broadcast, which is kind of mad. How quickly that's coming along. It's just, you know what? It's felt like it was an eternity of waiting, and then it's just sprung up on us all of a sudden. But do me a favor, if you're new to the stream, hit the subscribe button if you are, and hit the like button. That's always appreciated. Helps out the algorithm. There's 66 of you watching, so yeah, any help would be greatly appreciated. Yeah. Also, sorry if it's a bit late. It's a bit later than I normally do. Sometimes, I like to throw the Americans and other regions a bone, so I'll do a stream a bit later on if I do stream. So I hope that's not too inconvenient. But yes, let's get into some stuff, shall we? I really want to turn up the weird factor for his return. I don't think he'll be the same as he was. I don't think he'll play it the same as he was. Chimney marketing in a nutshell. Not what's going on? Or just 69 people. Oh yes, true. 69 in the room. Nice. Very true. I don't know why that got censored by YouTube for some reason. How's your day been, boss? Not too bad. Quite quiet, to be honest. Because there hasn't really been, because I've been trying to make daily content these days, because quite frankly, I'm running out of money. No, and I also enjoy it. But, yeah, so, there's not been much going on today, but I wanted to stream, so I just thought we'd have a chill chatty stream. Hi from Glasgow. Hello, Jamie's World. How are you? So yeah, let's get into some stuff, shall we? I've done enough preamble. So, the first thing I want to talk about. So, this was brought to my attention initially by William who tweeted out this. It has been confirmed by the BBC there will be no Christmas special this year. There's always the chance of a New Year's Day special. We might just have to stick it up and accept it that we have a 13-month gap ahead of us. So I responded to this. Where was this confirmed? And then apparently, entertainment correspondent Lisa Nazimba for the BBC said on Gallifrey Base, which is one of the Doctor Who forums, yes, as everyone has assumed, clearly a typo, nothing more this year after Power of the Doctor. Now, to be fair, whilst he is an entertainment media correspondent, there's two possibilities here that could still, potentially lead to a Christmas special. It's looking more doubtful now, which is why I said there might not be a Christmas special now, because someone at the BBC has kind of said, yeah, it's not happening. To be fair, there's two major things that, obviously you can sort of maybe... That's why I'm not completely giving up hope for these two following reasons, basically. You can call it denial if you want, but here we go. So basically, my number one reason is, obviously, entertainment correspondence for the BBC BBC Bad Wolf, two separate entities. They might not know everything that's going on in the world of Doctor Who, so there might be secret machinations going on that they are not yet aware of. Also, if he did know something, highly unlikely he would just drop it on Gallifrey base, like he would just say, you know, outright, either way. So yeah, it's looking less likely now, but I've still got some hope that there might be one, although, as I said, it is looking less likely now, but, you know, call me deluded if you want, but I'm still holding out some hope, but it's definitely looking a bit more doubtful now. In other news, there have been a couple of other, let me just check the chat, make sure everyone's all alive. I remember Lizo from Newsround when I was a kid. Yeah, he was in Newsround. He's made his way up, to be fair to him. Also, why would you let news correspondents know about insider info? This is my point. Like, even though he's official, it doesn't necessarily mean, you know, much, I guess. Like, I'm still holding out some hope, is what I'm saying. Could he be wrong? Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, there's a chance he could be wrong. There's a chance he could not know everything. There's a chance that even if he did know stuff, he wouldn't say it on a public Doctor Who forum of all places. Yeah, it's not definite, but it is looking less likely than it was, is how I'll say it. We also had some other... I didn't cover these in my initial video, but I thought there's a couple of interesting Doctor Magazine items, which I might as well go over, because I thought, why not, really? So we had this interview, well, there's obviously numerous interviews in the magazine, but there's obviously TARDIS Central have basically been sort of grabbing the most interesting bits and telling us about them. So Jodie Whittaker on Power of the Doctor, she said, "I love my last line. I really love it. And I was really excited to say it. This has been my role of a lifetime, and to get to end it in the most amazing way, to regenerate, what a thing." So yeah, that's kind of confirming that, like, she's got, like, a last line, which I know might not seem like a big thing. But, I mean, I'm kind of hopeful, and perhaps praying, that we won't get a long speech, because I am in the personal camp of belief that Capaldi's speech went on for way too long, and I don't really want that again. I want something short, snappy, to the point. And if you are going to do a speech, have it mean something, like Matt Smith did in Time of the Doctor. Have it be a crucial, important speech to that character, rather than just Capaldi's, which just kind of felt like a bit of a fever dream going on mid-regeneration. To be honest, I've never really gravitated towards that speech, to be completely 100% with you. But yeah, you can also see as well, my physical copy of DWM arrived today, but I bought it digitally beforehand because I wanted to cover it in a video, so yeah. Also, there was a slight hiccup with the video where I covered that, where, to my horror, I accidentally gave away the free Big Finish code when the video was initially up, but I did since put up a blur on it, just to make sure I didn't get any trouble with, like, any BBC officially people, just to be on the safe side, because, you know what they're like with their copy strikes and what have you, so I just made sure, basically, that wouldn't happen. But yes, there was also a couple of other bits. So yeah, Chris Chibnall also talked about Paradoctor itself. I'm mainly focusing on the Paradoctor stuff on the basis that, like, that's the thing that's most relevant to us coming up. The story spans multiple locations and periods, and there are multiple characters. A huge amount of love for Doctor Who has been poured into this, but at its heart, it's a very simple, emotional story. I'll believe that when I see it, because it doesn't strike me as particularly simple right now, but yeah. Yeah, and then most of the other things, there was also confirmation times for other regions, so if you are from another region, then that's good. There's not really much else in that way, but yeah, I just want to go over that. Little things, basically. Thank you to Xander Moon for the $4.99 super chat. Can't wait for Tennant to say it's all a wibbly wobbly time in my dream. Yeah, it's gonna be weird it's gonna be interesting to see how they factor, like, all that back in. I think if they don't make his last lines something to the effect of "I'm ready to go," or "It's my time," or "It's my time to go," or something like that, they'll have missed a trick, because that just seems like the natural thing to do, right? That seems like that's what you would do, you know, with his final lines. First Alex says Capaldi's speech had some crackle lines, but yeah, it went on a bit, didn't it? Yeah, I think, right, if I could re-edit that, I would have ended it on "One more lifetime won't kill anyone except for me." I've always thought that was a way better last line than Doctor, I Let You Go, which, while nice, not only kind of emulates Tennant's a bit too much for my liking, also feels a bit too much like the actor speaking rather than the character. You know what I mean? I prefer One Last Lifetime Won't Kill Anyone Except Me. I think narratively it makes more sense as that Doctor's final lines, because he was like, "Can't I rest?" And he sort of comes to him with that version of him will rest. I just think it's a better line in general, to be honest. That would have been such a killer last line. Yeah, no, exactly. Like, it would have been such a better last line in my humble opinion. But you're free to disagree. Yes. Also, if you are new as well, I've just seen like we've got 115 people watching. Thank you for that. If you are just tuning in, feel free to like the stream if you haven't already, and super chat as wait, let me check who super chatted. As Moon has demonstrated earlier. Thank you for that. Yes. Just so you don't want to go. What, as in Capaldi? I mean, I don't think Capaldi should have said that. They can't all say I don't want to go, but I want Tennant to sort of grow and realise that he's ready to leave. Can't afford a super chat. That's fine. It's not required, but if you can, it always helps out. But it's definitely not required. Don't feel pressured into doing it. Of course, it's just something you can do if you wish to. But yes, there was some other things I want to go over, and I've lost them. So that's fun. Let me have a look. I swear there was one other major thing that happened recently, and I don't remember what it was. Also, I just want to give a shout out actually to my friend Will, who actually made it into the edition of Doctor Who magazine this week. If you'll allow me, because I was going to mention it in my Doctor Who magazine video, but I forgot about it. So Will Maddox is a friend of mine, who you may know. Where is it? There we are. There he is. He made a second Doctor animation, which actually got featured in the Doctor Who magazine. You can see here, there's a link to the animation here in Doctor Who magazine, made by Mad Spooks. He is on here because it's Halloween. But yeah, shout outs to him. Great job on that. The animation was great. I don't know whether I can actually... I mean, you'd probably let me show it, but, I don't want to... I'll tell you what, I'll leave a link. Give me a sec. I just like to help out my friends when I can. But yeah, well done to him for that. That was really cool that he managed to get into that. Let me find the link. Yeah, so I just wanted to put that out there, whilst I had the opportunity. I'll put the link in the chat. So yeah, if you want to listen to that at any point, feel free. Darius, shout out King. Yeah, exactly. There we are. Boom. All right. Boom. The door. I hope when Jodie regenerates, we briefly see a Ginger Doctor and then it glitches and they become 10 of them. Just more raging at not being Ginger. Yeah, I mean, I kind of don't want them to ever, officially make the Doctor Ginger, if only to keep the joke going. It's not because I'm against, a Ginger Doctor. It's more so just, yeah. I kind of want the joke to keep going. But I wanted to talk a little bit about, I guess that this is the thing I want to talk about. Well, there is actually one other little controversy, one other little cleaning house thing, which I don't want to spend too long on. But there's been some controversy over Twitter because, of course, there has. All I'm just going to say, right, is, at the end of the day, there's been some jokes on Twitter today, which, quite frankly, you don't have to find them funny. But I'm seeing, the wildest stuff being said on Twitter. I'm not going to name any names, but it's you guys need to chill out a bit. At the expense of... not the jokes themselves, I mean the people in response to the jokes. Metal Gear T-Rex says, could be me, yeah. No, of course not, no. Yeah, not you. But it's just, I'm also talking about the people, but yeah, I feel like people just need to chill out. I feel like the last few days, because we're heading towards the end of this era, people have just gone wild, and it's actually kind of mad. But yeah, that's all I want to say on that. I don't want to go into too much depth, but I feel like people will know, some people will know, and if people don't know, they can sort of, enlighten others, I suppose, if they want to. But yes, the next thing I was to talk about anyway was I put out a question on both Twitter and my YouTube. Hang on, let me get the YouTube link up real quick. You can tell this is a bit more off the cuff and impromptu than my last few streams normally are. That's mainly because there's not as many news topics to go over today. But I put out a question on both my YouTube and my Twitter asking you lot. Here's a fun question. As we are entering a new era, what would you like the new Doctor, Shooty's personality to be like? And I've had some interesting responses. I actually, you know what, the interesting thing about this is I don't actually know what my answer to this question would necessarily be. Because the more I've seen different answers, the more I have different ideas about this. So what I want to do, in fact, you know what, I'm going to make this split up my screen. Wait, is that going to split up for you guys, or is it just going to split up for me? Hopefully it just splits up for me. So, like, I can see the chat without you guys having to see it, I guess. I think that'll work. Because I want to be able to read the chat whilst also reading through... Oh, wait, no, that's probably not going to work. Oh, wait, no, it does kind of work. I guess that works. Okay. So, yeah, there's been some suggestions as to what people would like... Jodie's personality, not Jodie's, Shooty's personality to be like. And I thought we'd go over a few of them today. I know that the crop is weird, but it means that I can read the chat. So, yeah. So this first one says, cheeky with a don't cross me seriously vibe, and perhaps a Tori Amos fan. I just want to choose... I don't know what that means, but yeah, as in, I like the idea of a cheeky with a don't cross me seriously vibe. The vibe that I'm most... the vibe that I most connect with that's been communicated through these threads is kind of like more of an Eccleston vibe. Someone who can have fun, but like can take stuff seriously when they need to. What are the early reviews for Power of the Doctor? I haven't heard any yet, to be honest. I did see, hold on, one sec. I did see, now that you mentioned that, I did see something about an early review of Power of the Doctor. But I think it was more a collation of... Oop, I think I might have just messed that up. It was more a collation of things that already existed at that point, I think. Give me one sec. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to... I'm back. Hello. Oop, it's a bit loud. Sorry about that. Am I peaking? Hang on, I think I just need to turn that down a little bit. There we are. Yeah, sorry about that. Someone just came in to check on me. There we are. I'm alive. I'm alive. He just went home. I went to the better place. No, I'm back. I just had to tune out for a sec. What were we talking about? Yeah, Shooty's personality. There was... Oh, no, that's what we were talking about. Early reviews for Power of the Doctor. I haven't seen any full reviews yet. I think there is an embargo until the day of the episode. I did see... Ooh, that's not what I wanted. The Plymouth Herald, I believe. They collated some reactions to the episode. That was a bit of a jump scare. Yeah, sorry about that. Let me find it. Early reviews. I did see something about that. Power. Not Rings of Power, the other Power. The other recent Power. I haven't seen that yet. To be honest, I haven't gotten into Lord of the Rings yet, or Game of Thrones, but I'm told that like for House of the Dragon, I should be able to get into it without the knowledge. That's Power of the Daleks. I think wasn't it like the Plymouth Herald or something? Yeah, that's the one. That's what I wanted to cover. Doctor Who fans scared as Power of the Doctor premiere leaves media crying. The new Doctor Who episode will feature Jodie Whittaker's departure on October 23rd, while David Tennant is set to return in next year's 60th anniversary special. Let me just make sure that I'm... Oh, thank you to what do you call it? Thank you to XX Dark dash Void XX for the £10 super chat. Thank you for that. saying, "Love the content, Darius. Keep up the videos. Surely you must be running for a role in the show. Perhaps the master to shoot his doctor. I wish." To be honest, I'm not that talented. I'm just good at reading things and talking to people. But thank you so much for the flattering comment and the super chat. I really appreciate it. With an embargo that close, you just know it's top quality. Yeah, that is a really close embargo. To be fair, that is a good point. But yes, there was this Plymouth Live article that basically collated the reactions of that evening up to that point. Jodie Whittaker's final episode on Doctor Who has reportedly left members of the media crying, even though they only watched 80 minutes of the 90-minute special, once again confirming that the regeneration has not been seen yet. So anyone claiming to have seen the regeneration is lying to you. It's not been shown, which is exactly what happened with the Twice Upon a Time premiere as well. So that's not an uncommon practice with regeneration story premieres. The Power of the Doctor airs on BBC One and iPlayer on October 23rd, but journalists and other high-profile attendees were given early access to the episode on the Tuesday evening, October 11th. The premiere, which took place at the Curzon Bloomsbury in Mayfair, I felt like I was going to butcher that, but I didn't, featured appearances from Jodie Whittaker, Amanda Gill, Sajid, who played the 13th Doctor, Yasmin Khan, and the Master, respectively. Janet Fielding and Sophie Aldred, who reprised their roles as classic companions, Tegan Javanka and Ace were also in attendance. And there are already hints that Power of the Doctor could be an emotional episode. After all, it is a swan song for the 13th Doctor, Yaz and showrunner Chris Chibnall. There are already reports on social media that viewers were reduced to tears at the premiere. That is especially ominous, considering that the 5 or 10 minutes were not shown, including Whittaker's impending regeneration. That has set fans wondering whether or not a major character could die in the first 80 minutes of the episode. Okay, so this is an interesting point because I've seen some back and forth on this. I don't think, and anyone can feel free to disagree with me on this, I don't think anyone's going to die. I don't. And I just can't see it. If anyone was gonna, it would be Dan. And to be fair, there is some evidence to imply that maybe that could happen. Because, you know, we only ever see him in this spacesuit in promo images. He wasn't at the premiere. And it's kind of sort of been shown that he's not really that present. Like, he barely spoke about Power of the Doctor in the Doctor Who magazine, as far as I can tell. In fact, if we go back to, let me find it. See, this is where it comes, this is like a callback in the industry. If we go back to TARDIS Central, he says in his interview, his main bit says, "I keep washing my brain with memories because I don't ever want to lose the ones that aren't on screen. Like when you stop filming and you just have a chat with aliens and sea monsters." Yeah, that's more like John Bishop's like main quotes. He barely like really mentions power at all, from what I understand, because I do have the magazine both physically and digitally. But yeah, so in the case of this, where it's you know, a potential of a character dying, Dan is the most likely, but I don't see it. And the reason I don't is because not only in the Centenary issue of Doctor Who magazine, we see a picture of him being dropped back off at his, what appears to be his house on Earth, which I covered in the last video. But also, beyond that, we see him in filming images, spoilers, with Graham O'Brien, Bradley Walsh's character. So I don't think he's going to die. What I think will happen to Dan, and this is purely speculation on my part, is that I think he will basically, they'll start off the adventure on that weird flying magical bullet train thing in space. The Cybermen will come along because that bullet train location seems to be where the Cybermen storm in a particular shot, which was posted to the social medias. Let me see if I can find it. One sec. Because I know JXE tweeted about it at one point. Let me find it. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I should be able to find it. One sec. Entertain yourselves while I find things. If I go on the Doctor Who Twitter page, see the thing is with live is you've got to kind of have everything prepared before you go live, because otherwise you get awkward moments like this where I'm just talking and you're not seeing anything except me looking for things. But hopefully this is remotely entertaining. If it isn't, I apologise, but there's not a lot I can do until I find what I'm looking for. No, that's Ascension of the Cybermen. No, that's Villadia Die. Alright, we're almost there. Come on. Did they not post it? Or was it BBC America? One of them did. Must have been BBC America, for God's sake. I don't know why they all, like, they post different things. Like, why wouldn't they just... I guess it's for different audiences, but, like, I don't see how posting one thing, like, an extra picture to one audience makes a difference, really. I can't find it. You know the one I'm on about anyway, the Cyberman one. It's been... Oh, this one. So, yeah, this, to me, I think... There's also another one where they're, like, storming it. But this, I think, is the train they're on at the start of the episode. What I think is going to happen is the Cybermen / Cybermasters, whatever you want to call them, invade that train. We see in one of the trailers and in the promo shots that Dan's helmet gets shot. So my theory is one of the Cybermen shoots his helmet. He has a bit of a close call. He survives, but just barely. And he goes, like, Doctor, he's a bit too close for me. I'm going to go spend the rest of me days with Diane. And then he gets dropped off. Maybe has a subplot with Graham. That's how I think they'll deal with Dan. I don't think he'll die. But yeah, if anyone was gonna, I feel like he'd be the most likely. There's also a possibility, I guess, of, like, Vinder. Because, like, realistically, why else is he there? Unless they are going to do that BS thing of, like, them being the Doctor's parents, which would suck. I'm going on record on saying if they do that, I will be annoyed. Because I have heard that there's a big twist in the episode, but we don't know what it is yet. So that's kind of concerning me. But, yeah, rest of the article. So yeah, I mentioned a character death. On Tuesday evening, Joe tweeted, "We can't talk about Power of the Doctor until it releases on the 23rd. However, I can say they didn't show us the regeneration. They want to save it for the 23rd. Anjali Mohindra said, who played Rani in Surgeon Adventures, and also the Skithra in Nikola Tesla's Night of Terror, I am a repository of useless knowledge. Power of the Doctor, you're not ready. I need to lie down, a cry, and more." Meanwhile, fan Chloe tweeted, "At first I was relieved the audience only saw 80 minutes of Power of the Doctor, and people still say they cried. What happening mid-episode that made them cry?" Replying to her tweet, Jen said, "I think someone probably dies. Don't know who." So that's just people who weren't even there, but obviously shout out to Chloe, it's on Twitter, and it's cool. Ahead of her Doctor Who return to Doctor Who fielding also stoked the anticipation among fans. She tweeted, "Power of the Doctor is going to blow your socks off. I'm in it. Still can't believe it. I'm back after all these years. I'm back on the TARDIS." Now, I saw some people speculate that she'd given away that she goes on the TARDIS in the episode, but she did say herself, as in Janet Fielding went on the TARDIS, not necessarily Tegan. However, I feel like it's kind of inevitable they will, like, right? It'd be weird if they didn't, because Jack did when he came back. Then again, Kate didn't, but Kate doesn't ever really. Power of the Doctor, it's going to be gifts a go-go once it's out. This is also Janet Fielding's quote. I think you're going to love it. I hope you do. Lots of love went into it. So yeah, interesting reviews. I've seen some people, say that this is like a sign that, like, the episode's, like, good, that, like, there's not been any, like, negative reviews. But, like, to be fair, they can't really say much, ahead of the embargo either way. So I don't think that really, proves or disproves anything. I think that's just sort of, what they can and can't say, basically. Yeah, I don't really get why Vinder's there, I'm going to be honest. Also, if you are new to the stream, there's 150 of you watching, we got 47 likes. If you haven't liked already, feel free to do so. But yeah, I don't think anyone's going to die. I don't. I kind of want one to, because we haven't had a companion death in this era, and I'm kind of vocal in saying that I think one should happen and one needs to happen, just for us to, have some emotional weight. But with that being said, I don't know, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I'm new to you. I watch your videos on YouTube. My son loves them. Oh, well, thank you. Shout out to your son. I'm glad you're enjoying them. I really appreciate that. Ryan should have died. I kind of agree. I think Revolution would have been the perfect point to kill off a character, and they didn't do it. And I think it's a bit sad. I think they should have. But it is what it is. But yeah, the next thing I want to talk about, let me find it again, was She Got With Personalities. So I was thinking about this, so I put out a tweet about it, and I'm just going to go over some of my favourite suggestions. So here we have. So I disagree with this one. This one says, and no disrespect to the person who tweeted, Blue Jay, saying, I want him to be more strict and enigmatic, and not in the same sense that Capaldi was, where he mellowed out near the end. I kind of disagree. I do want a Doctor who can take stuff seriously when they need to, but I don't want a Doctor that plays it completely straight. Frankly, because I think that's kind of a waste of Ncuti Gatwa's comedic talent, because if you watch him in Sex Education, he's a very funny guy. And I think that would be somewhat of a waste of his particular set of skills to not have him have those comedic moments. But, I think there's a balance where you can have him be serious and also, have him have fun. Cheeky with a don't cross me seriously vibe. I mentioned that one earlier, and that's the one I kind of want. More of an Eccleston, but probably more flamboyant and eccentric than Eccleston, but not, and without the Time War PTSD angle. Suave professional with a hint of sinister. Yeah, I like that. I definitely want someone who is quite cool and knows that they're cool in a sense, because with Jodie in particular, she was very unconfident in themselves and very sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Introverted, I suppose. And I've seen some people say they want that Ncuti's personality. I personally completely disagree. What's so great about Doctor Who is the way it changes between incarnations. For me, I want the opposite of that. If Jodie is the introverted, I'm not quite sure Doctor, I want Ncuti to be the I know what I'm doing, I am confident in my own abilities and myself, and is just cool and suave, but also perhaps their belief in themselves, perhaps they could sometimes overestimate themselves. That would be quite an interesting angle. I was also saying to a friend, actually, I was saying to Jean, which if any of you are regulars, you'll know, co-host of the podcast, I was saying that I would like a Doctor who is a tinkerer again. Also, thank you to Paula Faust for becoming a top chair member. Thank you for that. Very much appreciated. I want a Doctor who's a tinkerer again. I want a Doctor that builds things. You know what I mean? Because 10 used to do that a lot. You had the timey-wimey detector in I can't speak today. It turns out in the Adipose episode in series 4, and then you had in Day of the Doctor that was the machine that goes ding. So I want something like that. I want someone to build more stuff. I thought we were getting that with Jodie initially with the her building the Sonic, but we didn't really. Have you seen the video on YouTube where Eric's hugging Otis at the machine and the Dalek asks for hula hoops? Yeah, I have seen that. Hold on, let me see if I can get it up. Because that's an iconic video. Hang on. Let me see if I can find that. 14th Doctor Dalek. I know which one it is. Hopefully, yeah, this is the one. It's a really good video. I've subscribed to this guy. I think I might have shown it in a video previously. Oop, I've also realised I'm very close to the mic, so apologies if it's a bit loud. I'm going to turn up your audio so you can hear it. So shout outs to Top Hat Bros.
Get a packet of hula hoops.
Excuse me? Can you not see that we are very upset here? Go away, right now. Get out of here!
Apologies.
Now! Nonsense! Unbelievable.
It's so good. I think Ncuti's gonna nail. I want him to have the sass of previous Doctors. Wow, Jean-Luc Harry donated £2 saying Joe Mama. Yes, I agree. It's so good. Get out of here! It's so good. So Terry ASMR, yeah, that's basically what that was. Apologies if you had to experience that. But yeah, that was a great video. But yeah, I want some sass. I'd like them to be able to build some tech as well. I think that'd be fun. I feel like he's going to be a protective type. I can see that. I kind of want a Doctor that's a bit more unknowable as well, a certain unknowable quality to them. A kind of I want, because Jodie's Doctor was very she's one of the team kind of vibe, particularly in Series 11. I'd rather a Doctor that was a bit more I don't want them to have any major secrets, especially to do with lore, because I'm kind of past the whole lore, there's a secret I'm holding, but you don't know what it is. But I would like there to be things that go on, or like them to have thoughts and us not fully know where they like are mentally. If that makes sense, like their head can be somewhere else. They can know things that we as an audience might not know, but we'd never find out. It's just that sort of enigmatic nature that I really kind of want to encapsulate. Guy Clapperton said they seem to have settled on a Tom Baker model, bubbly with a breedy undertone. I also think the Matt Smith old person in a young body thing has worked well. I do like the old person in a young person's body thing, although, having said that, I think it was so well done with Smith that I wouldn't want a retread of it, if you get what I'm trying to say. I'd want, like, something new in that respect, but I do think that works well. I definitely think a bubbly with a breedy undertone could work quite well for Shooty. 100%. I'm hoping him to be something like season 26, Seventh Doctor Chessmaster mixed with Third Doctor Scientist and Fighter. Yeah, I've seen a lot of comparisons to the Third Doctor actually, and I could definitely see him being suave like 3 was. I don't know whether I'd want him to be as patriarchal and as within the establishment or as Pertwee was, but like you know what, I could see Shooty in a cape, like 100%. I also, you know what? I wouldn't even be opposed to bringing back the fighting. It would be a bit weird in New Who's context, to be fair, because like all the New Who doctors are so no violence, no, we're not doing that. And then if Shooty was just like karate chopping Daleks, it would be quite the about turn for the character. But I think that would be fun in its own way. The Third Doctor's overrated. I tend to sort of agree. I don't think he's bad, but he's always been a doctor that's never quite been like my cup of tea personally. By no means is he bad. I want 14 to have a lot of energy and clearly love life. Comes across welcoming and a team player, but it's completely unafraid of manipulating the people around them. Yes. Metal Gear T-Rex, Red Arrow's out. Look, he's good. He's just not quite my cup of tea. I think it's just the whole like contradiction of his like moral compass of like Brigadier, England for the English and all that, and then he's also like now Joe, we must respect the Brigadier's authority. It's like he's not bad. He's just not my personal favorite. Give us sword fighting. I would not be opposed to that. Also, can I make one thing very clear? And I'm gonna go full screen so that Russell hears this. Russell, if you're watching, I know you loved Tan and Rose. A lot of people love Tan and Rose. But for the love of God, I don't want another romance. Like, can we not live the romance again? We've had it just recently with 13 and Yaz. 11 and Clara had a thing. 10 and Rose. It's been done a lot. I don't want to see it again. I want to see the Doctor make an oogly eye at somebody or being a lovesick puppy. We've done that. It's out the system. We're chucking it away. No more love life, please. Just have them either be friends or, like Tan and Donna, or I'd like to see another take on the Doctor Professor angle, like Ace and Seven or 12 and Bill. I think that'd be also quite fun. The Doctor throwing hands would be pretty hilarious. It would. It would be pretty funny. Would you want Shooty to face the Master? I've kind of gone on record, and I keep meaning to make the video, and I haven't yet. Apologies for that. I was kind of thinking that the Master needs a rest. I like the character, but I think we've seen a lot of the Master, and I wouldn't be opposed. Kind of like similar to Matt Smith, where we had like an incarnation who didn't fight the Master for an incarnation. Although if they were going to bring a Master in, I wouldn't mind Saturday continuing, to be honest. I quite like him in the role. Use another Time Lord? Yeah, could do. I just think the Master themselves needs a rest. I think they've been around for a very long time, and I like the character, but I think they're starting to struggle to know what to do with that character, I think. To a certain degree. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not the, I'm very receptive to the idea of the Doctor, having, like, relationships, but it's more so just, I don't mind it existing, but like we've just had it, so I don't think we need another one. Now, I like Sasha's performance. I have some issues with the characterization, but I think Sasha, like as a performer, is doing a good job. In my opinion. See, I can be nice about the current era. Who says I can't? Darius saying that, of course, but he's secretly cast as the next master. Well, you know, I can't give anything away. But you know, watch this space. I will say I would love to see Gillian Anderson play like a big Time Lord villain. That would be sick. And I'm not the first person to point it out, and that's just because it's a great idea. The Doctor should be a Cupid this time. Honestly, the married couple idea with the ponds in the TARDIS was always cool. It's amazing that it took that long for that to be a thing. I mean, yeah, she hasn't had a relationship with Yaz, but that undertone has been very prominent for the last few episodes, and it's been very prominent. I mean, maybe not as prominent in the show, but it's been very prominent in fan discussion of the show. And I guess what I'm saying is, I'm just sick of hearing about the romance, to be honest. I mean, you could say that, but like, she works for Shuki on sex ed, so, and plus, I feel like Neil Patrick Harris is a bigger name than Gillian Anderson, and he's in the 60th, so I don't know. You know? Like, maybe for regular appearances, perhaps, yeah, but for a one-off, I don't know, I think they could pull it off. What do you think will happen to the Master and Paradox? So that's a good question, actually. I don't know. I actually don't know. I don't think he'll completely die. I mean, he could die, but to the Master, death means very little. You know, the Master could die in power and pop back next week, and you'd be like, yep, that's the Master. But, you know, I genuinely don't know. No, I don't want the Doctor to travel with their wife. I want a married couple with the Doctor. Not that atomize. Everyone say L to atomize again. I'm going to do it until he learns his lesson to question me. The actor who played Billy Fox is joining Sex Education. Yes, they did. Actually, no, that's a good point. I forgot about that, but that is happening. Yes. I wonder who she'll be playing. There's only been one L so far. You gotta... I feel like there's a delay. Oh, there we are. Yes. Everyone starts saying L to atomize. Yes. Rare atomize L? Nah, common. Common. See, this is what I'm going to start doing now, atomize. Whenever the mods step out of line, it's public humiliation. Sycorax would be cool to see again. I mean, they're okay. They're not one that I'm clamoring to see again. Like, they're decent. I'd like... Ooh. That's a good question. Out of his, like, one-offs... The Slitheen I actually want to see again. The Slitheen-a-thon. Jokes on you. Jokes on you, but on all you. But I have fantastic legs and will happily play the Rani. Man, I wish I just had legs that marginally were great. You know, fantastic legs. That's good on you. I can't say the same for myself. Autons would be cool. Yeah, like Autons are a nice like sort of gap villain. Yeah. What do you mean? It's only ever me who got people to team up. Who you get people to team up on? Yeah, when I say mods, what I really mean is atomize. How would you feel about the Rani returning? I mean, again, I'm down for it, but like, I'm not like, oh my god, we need to see the Rani again. Although, I kind of want it to happen just so people stop asking for the Rani, or like, so that like the idea of the Rani coming back. Not this, but not his, but the Vast Narada is sick. That's true. I agree with that. You can't really do another episode with them, but like the family are so cool, but you can't really do another episode with them. Again, they're not his. Thank you. That was the reply to someone else. Nothing against you. Your lovely legs. No, I was making a joke at the expense of myself. You know, don't worry. I know that you weren't saying anything personal. I was making a joke at the expense of me. We need Romana back. Yeah, I'd be down for that. I don't mind seeing the Rani though. It's just not one that I'm like clamoring for. I remember when Series 8 was coming out, everyone thought Missy was the Rani. Social media was crazy back then. Yeah, I remember with Series 10, I remember all the Vault theories. I remember saying, it's just gonna be Missy, isn't it? And it was. And I've told this story before. Darius has legs, now it's a lie. It's an illusion, it's a projection. All that my body is what you see here. Like, top half. Self-deprecating humour? Are you sure you're not Irish, sir? I mean, look, the Welsh very much underestimate themselves. Or, what I suppose the better word would be, yeah, we think very little of ourselves. So I think it's a Welsh thing as well. We're just happy little people with our rugby and mining. I don't know. Um, bring in Darius as young Lumic. You know, I've got the Cyberman head. I can't say anything, but I may or may not have auditioned for such. But no, I haven't. But I would play that or young Davros. One of the two. I feel like I could go really method with it, you know. But yeah, Paternoster Gang come back. I don't know. They feel like very Moffat era characters to me. I feel like they'd feel weird outside the confines of like a Moffat written story. They would feel strange, I think. Yeah, like there's a few I want to come out. Like Slitheen are definitely one. Vash and Narada, if they were to come out, I know they're not his, but yeah, they're in his era, so they can. They would be cool as well. Because Big Finish have done a couple of cool things with the Vash and Narada. Because I've listened to some of the New Monster Old Doctor box sets, or New Monster the Classic Doctor, whatever it's called. Didn't the Doctor canonically release the Daughter of the Family of Blood? She did in Paul Cornell's watch along COVID short. Yeah, he did. Well, she did. I would unironically love Darius Davros. It's the role I was born to play. Anyone for Dodgems? I actually did do that joke in a video at one point, and I forget which video it was. But yeah, in terms of like, that's another good question. Okay, here's a question for chat. Chat, you can ask. I'm going to ask you this question because I've gone over some of like the personality traits I'd like to see. What are some costumes that you would like to see Shooty in? Personally, I want Shooty to have a bit of a like a flexible wardrobe, like 12. Yeah, the fourth Doctor one with the fashion aura was great. Yeah, from what I remember, that was really good. Like I've listened to some Big Finish, but not loads. Someone just said purple. Yeah, I agree. Purple is a great color, and it's one that they haven't really done yet. So yeah, I mean, I did do Series 7B, but like new clothes every day, like 12. Yeah, okay, but if we had to go like, okay, so I agree with that, but like base ideas, what have we got? Cape, I really like. I want Sheety to wear his birthday suit. You're on the wrong show. You need to be on some different sites for that. Nah, 14 needs a super outfit, like super fancy outfit like 3. Yeah, I don't like Big Finish. Says Chaser 7. Yeah, I mean, look, I think with Big Finish it is just kind of like there are some good stories. I will say it takes a certain type of person to enjoy Big Finish in that like it requires like your full attention, and obviously there's no visual element to help you out, and also like they release so much that I don't blame anyone for struggling. And honestly, I haven't even listened to loads. I've only listened. I'm not like Mr. TARDIS who regularly keeps up with the each release or anything like that. But occasionally I'll dip myself in if something interests me. Someone else said purple. Yeah, a lot of love for purple. Orange. Blue, grey, and purple. Nice colours. Wait, what is this comment? Are you good enough to go to heaven? Have you ever coveted after money or material possessions before? Have you ever downloaded music or movies illegally that you didn't pay for? Have you ever been selfish? I have no idea what the context of that is, but shout outs to you. It's a religious nut theory. Yeah, I was confused. That's weird. I've never had that before. Pink? Ooh. Have you got any spoilers from sources you're keeping to yourself? Honestly, no. Everyone's been pretty dead. From like I've not really heard anything. I mean that genuinely. Especially about like this era. Like I hear the odd rumor about like the next era, but it's all very like it's all very hush hush. I guess it's all very like it's all just very quiet. Like, and I mean the RTD2 stuff. It's like some of it could be real, but other bits, it's like you kind of gotta like. Some of it is just probably BS, you know. I want the gayest clothes ever. Based. I can accept that. Dress up like the mask. You know what? I think I said it in a previous stream, actually. Him in like a hat would be really cool. Also, not costume related, but I want him to have a more classic style TARDIS. Starry Steel Service from BBC HQ for DocuLeaks. Shh! You'll expose my plan! Hats are cool, hats are cool. Bin the Sonic? Nah. You can't bin the Sonic. The thing is with that, right? I get why people say that. Realistically, they're never going to do it. Because it's just too much of a revenue generator. Because, like, you know, Vote Saxon knows all about it. We buy all the toys. Like, that would be a move on their part. Like, realistically, I do think it should be used less, but they'll never remove it because of how much that it contributes to, like, merch sales and stuff. Shooty should wear Borat's bikini. Nice. Psychic paper, please. Yeah. What toys? Yeah, no. Yeah, no, I don't think you know anything about Doctor Who toys. I bet I'm breaking that news to you, Stephen, that they exist, right? Yeah, no, it was shocking to me too. The question mark should return to the costume. If they were to do that, I wouldn't be opposed, but I think it would have to be a subtler way than they did in the 80s. We need another wooden TARDIS CBH. I would be cool with that, provided it was more like the movie one and less like the secondary. I've always thought the secondary was a bit disappointing and looked a bit lame, to be honest. I mean, the room itself is fine enough, and I like the little glass. Oh, I hit my light then. The glass window, but I've always just kind of thought the room is way too small. The buttons are seriously. They better release any toys with it's crippled my channel. Yeah, it's wild. Like, and I think that's the thing. I can relate to that in the sense that like it takes them so long to market stuff generally that I'm just like, give me something to talk about. But no, yeah. I think with Russell, it's going to be different. I do think that. I think he'll do something. I don't know what. Storm in there and, you know, force like the characters onto them and be like, make toys. Darius, the new TARDIS interior should be a generic office. The world changed my mind. I mean, that would just be boring though, wouldn't it? The fourth Doctor wooden TARDIS is very 70s. Looks like an Atari 2600 or a station. Atari 2600 is a very good way of describing that TARDIS, or like specifically a 5200 actually, with loads of buttons. Hang on, let me get. I know what old consoles are. See, everyone thinks that. I mean, I am young, but I know about old things. You know, what's that? Like Old Soul? Is that what it is? Is this a good example? I guess. See the buttons on this controller, right? Hang on. Is there like a more wooden one I'm looking at? Like, that one's not showing the controller. Okay, basically, I mean, this is what the Fourth Doctor's secondary console room reminds me of. It's this. That's what it reminds me of. It's very 70s. Metal Gear Tracks is bang on. Can you guys in the chat please stop arguing about gods so we can get back to talking about a fictional character we actually like? Based. I agree. I agree with that message. I agree. And anyway, why would you talk about God when I'm here? No, that's a joke. That's a joke. That's a joke. Oh dear. Yeah, Atari 5200. That's what that TARDIS is. Shrek themed TARDIS interior. You know what? That is an all-star idea. That is that's smashed my mouth with excitement. That doesn't really make any sense. Can you get a building without a builder? Can you paint a paint? Oh my god, okay, no, it's just another religious... What? Why are there a bunch of religious zealots in the chat this evening? What's the crack? What's going on? All hail fairies. Oh no. Have I started a religion? I mean, what? There's 140 you in here. I think you need 3 people to start a religion. Are we starting an official? Is that what we... I just got back from school. Wait, what time is it for you? It's like almost 11 p.m. over here. I'm guessing you're not from Britain. But in which case, hope school went well. Darius has accidentally started something. Oh no. I'd like to introduce Clark Kent to bacteria. When you said that, all I could think of was the character. And I feel like Superman would be able to reject bacteria. They're religious bots. I didn't even know that was a thing, I'm going to be honest. YouTube never ceases to surprise me. It's 2 p.m. where you are? Fair. Also, yeah, if you are new, feel free to subscribe. I'm really enjoying this stream. A much more chill, just chatting stream. I want to do more of these in the future. If there's any burning questions you want to get out, because I am probably going to wrap up in the next sort of 12-ish minutes or so. Not kryptonite bacteria. Got you there. True. I think you've seen... You should do viewer call-ins. Yeah, possibly. I mean, I'd have to do it over Discord, I imagine. Are you going to stream react the next episode? I won't be able to stream react to it because of BBC copyright stuff. What I'll do is I'll record my reaction, and whatever I can do to get around BBC copyright censors, I will attempt to do. But doing it live is practically impossible unless I basically just streamed myself going like this. And you'd hear the episode in the background, it would just be this. Oh. Yeah. For 90 minutes. That's what it would be. And whilst I appreciate it, it would probably be quite boring for you guys. Do you think you should have a thing for his costume? He could. I don't want it to be like a set uniform, you know what I mean? I want him to have some variety, but yeah. Someone clip that and make it a meme. Hang on, can I do any meme templates while I'm here? Trying to think of any meme templates. What are your true thoughts on 2D0? Good question. Oh, that's a tough one. It's definitely it's not my bag, right? That's the ultimate thing I could say. It's probably my least favorite of the revival. But at this stage, I'm just willing to, like, with the last episode, just like kind of switch my brain off, enjoy it for what it is. Russell's coming in the next episode. That's the vibe, you know? Thank you to XX Dark Void once again. Movie TARDIS interior is the goat, True. I'd say close second place would be Capaldi's. I think Capaldi's is really good too. Would you like to see a Gothic style TARDIS interior again with the bats? I wouldn't have the bats, to be fair, but I would love a movie style TARDIS interior. Fun fact, I think I mentioned it in previous streams, but I have actually been to see that TARDIS console. It was at a Cardiff Comic-Con years ago. And I actually broke off one of the levers, so don't tell Paul McGann, you know, it might be a bit awkward. Why do you hate 13 so much? I don't really. She's just probably like my least favourite, but it's at a stage where it's like, yeah, I'm not a big fan, but like, you know. Can I introduce you in a nice long conversation about the Prince of Darkness, our evil master Satan? Go ahead. Oh my god, there's more. Okay, Atomize, if you're still here. Actually, maybe I should make some new mods. Vote Saxon, you're here often enough, and I trust you. If you see any of the religious people, I mean, you probably can moderate chat, right? I trust you. Or Metal Gear 3X. I mean, Matt, you just said Doctor Who died in 2017, and the trouble with that is that if it did, I wouldn't be here. So, unlimited power, that hasn't reassured me. Movie TARDIS definitely inspired aspects of the 2005 TARDIS. Oh yeah, you can see the DNA of the TV movie TARDIS in a lot of the New Who designs. 100%. Honestly, I hope she does a lot of Big Finish. I would be really interested to see what they do with her on Big Finish. All hail Vote Saxon. Okay, I'll make Vote Saxon the mod. This is probably go fine. I love how as soon as I threaten to make other people a mod, Atomize just springs into action. But no, it's okay. We should be okay for now then. If you do need some mods, I'll happily love watching your streams. I will take down some names and we'll do it for the next stream just to make sure, you know, because I'm noticing an influx of bots tonight. Maybe it's because. Yeah, there's a lot of bots tonight, which is kind of a shame. Saxon is in power. That ended so well last time. Yeah, that's good point. I'll make vote Saxon. I trust it. I trust it. I mean, if I do, I can always, you know, if the world gets conquered by an evil madman, I didn't do it. I didn't vote for Saxon. You did this. You voted Saxon. All of you. Oh man, can we talk about how great that series 3-3-parter is? I know it gets a lot of flack for the ending, and I get why, but like, I still really enjoy that 3-parter. The live chat is sick. The live chat needs healing, in fact. What I give, it's hard to say, is that the live chat really needs right now is a doctor, true. How long do you reckon Shoot you'll be around for? Given that RTD is already planning series 2, at least 3 series. Oh yeah, no. Wait, what did someone say? Someone said something. I was going to answer it, and then it went away from my brain. How long? So yeah, at least 3 series. There was something else that I wanted. Someone asked, and I can't find what it was that I wanted to answer. Yes, no. Saxon is better than Liz Truss. Are you tapping your fingers 4 times? Hang on. Did that work? Did you hear that? Yeah, that 3-parter was alright, wasn't it? Quite good. Almost worthy of naming your entire channel after. Yeah, exactly. When's the episode called Fairies? That's my question. It's not happened yet. What color would your Sonic light up? It would definitely be a blue Sonic. That's my favorite color. If you haven't noticed by the fact that like half my items of clothing are blue, they tend to be. Who is your favorite master? I always struggle with that because I like a lot of them. I do think Sim is underrated, but oh wait, what was the 8 in reference to? The Subtove network is still active, I see, yeah. I like a lot of them, to be honest. Like, I think Sim is underrated. I think Ainley's really fun. Ainley might be my favorite, just because I have a lot of fun with Ainley. I find him so fun in how over the top he is. Hello from New Zealand. Long time subscriber. Keep up the good work there. Thank you. Appreciate that. There's my 60th anniversary. It's called Torchwood. That's cool. Someone's saying there was something earlier that I wanted to read. What was it? The thing is, the problem is with like live chat is it goes so quick. Sometimes I miss messages that I want to read. Best RTD series 4, definitely 4. Wasn't it? Actually, Stephen, wasn't it Anthony who said he didn't like series 4? And I was like, sacrilege! How could you not like series 4 or series 5 for that? I think he did. Didn't he say he didn't like series 5? If so, and Stephen, you can clip this if you want. Anthony, you're wrong. There we are. You need turbo eyes. I do, yeah. But yeah, no, if you super chat, it's a guaranteed way to get your question answered. Which I feel like, now that I'm saying it, might lead to some dodgy questions, but there we are. Do you think 14 needs a new Sonic? Yeah, I do. I'm kind of sick of it. I'm not a big fan of Jody's Woods. RTD, what are RTD's worst moments in the show? That's a good question. See, the thing is, a lot of the things that, like, the RTD are... I mean, it wasn't his episode, but, like, I find the Shakespeare Code hasn't aged great. RTD himself. Planet of the Dead's a bit, well, yeah. I don't know, I'm struggling with that bit. 14 needs no Sonic. He's gonna have a Sonic atomize. We need to accept it. Yeah, Anthony hates Series 4. I look forward to telling how wrong he is in the spoiler-free reviews when we get back to them. Yeah, I don't get that. Like, Series 4 is like, well, it's my second favourite. Series 5 is my favourite New Who one. But Series 4 is just, like, right there. Do you think they'll fix the Thomas Child? I think it will just become, like, the half-human thing in the TV movie, and it just becomes a thing that exists but isn't really talked about. I think that's fine, you know? Someone's, for God's sake, Adzinko's made it a meme, everyone. It's official. I'm gonna tweet that. Credit to Adzinko. I'm just gonna tweet that, and everyone from the stream can like it. You'll all know what the context is. There we go. I'm stealing that from Adzinko, but it's my face, so I get to steal it. RTD's worst moment, Series 4 Midnight. Man, no, Series 4 Midnight was, like, great. Nah, Midnight is, like, fantastic. It's, like, one of the best episodes of the Revival. Making the Lovecraft human would have been better than the Thomas Child. It would explain the obsession with Earth. Yeah, I guess. Tyler's Child is a fine idea in theory, as long as you do something with it. Yeah, no, I agree. Like, the whole thing, I kind of hate how it was introduced and then they just dropped it. But yeah, there's the tweet if anyone hasn't seen it. There you are. There's my live reaction. That's it. That's me on Twitter, just in general. There we are. Midnight is all-time greatest of Who. I agree. Silence of the Library, Journey's End. I think Stolen Earth stronger than Journey's End of the two parts. Man, I didn't know people hated Midnight. That is a new one on me, I will say. What do you think about Clara Oswald? It's a difficult one because a lot of the Capaldi stuff has actually really grown on me in recent times. Particularly Series 8 and Series 10. Both of them have grown on me. I know obviously she's not in Series 10. Series 9 is the one that I've yet to revisit, and it's also the one that I think the least of. I hated Midnight when I first saw it. It's grown on me immensely. Okay. I don't hate Clara, but like she's not my favourite either. Like she's good, I guess. 12 works better with Bill Imo. Yeah, probably. Rose Tyler, Martha Jones, Donna Noble, TARDIS. Yes, very good. Very good. Can we agree Turn Left was amazing? Turn Left's probably like one of like my favorite what do you call it? Like episodes of like the show ever, and like probably it's like up there for one of my favorite like episodes of the Revival. Someone asking to turn off slow mode. The thing is, the chat's already going quick with slow mode on, so like so it kind of works better for me, to be honest. Wish we got more 11 Clara. I agree. It's kind of a shame. I agree with that. Also, by the way, very quick thing. We are only about like about 40 subscribers away from what do you call it? 16,000. So do me a little favor, if you are new, or just get your cat to subscribe, or your nan, or like an alt account, just to subscribe, just to help me bump up the number, because we're like 40 subscribers away, and it'd be pretty cool if we could hit that before, you know, like, because I was going to try and hit it before Power of the Doctor has. That's definitely going to happen now, but like how much more can we get? We'll see. So will there be a Christmas special this year? It's looking less likely now for the reasons I outlined earlier in the stream. If you go back earlier in the stream, I talk about that. But yeah, it's looking less likely, but I still have some hope or delusion. Take that how you will. What are your top 3 episodes of the series? As in Doctor Who in general? Man, that's so tough because there's so many. If you're talking New Who specifically, Turn Left. Ooh. because I love a lot of the Smith stuff. Turn Left is one. I'm going to say Doctor's Wife, I think is a 10 out of 10. I think it's beautiful. I think it's written fantastically. I think Neil Gaiman does a phenomenal job. So that's 2. What's the third one? There's so many that I like. I love Dalek. You know, I love Human Nature, that 2-parter. I love Amy's Choice. Amy's Choice is so good. If you haven't watched Amy's Choice in a while, go and watch Amy's Choice. Girl Who Waited is also fantastic, as well. Thari should be the name of a race of aliens. The Tharis are a secret agency of like Torchwood. Yeah, that'd be good. I'd love it if Russell put that like word in there just as like. But to be fair, you'd probably just make it like what do you call it? Like, you know how like Linda was like all the annoying fans. They just give me a name of an organization that's like that. You know what I mean? And like no one wants to be Linda. You know, 11 is underrated. I agree. It doesn't get the praise that a lot of the others do, and I think it's just as deserving. Obviously it has some duds, but like it has some banging episodes. Like 11th Hour as well is phenomenal, and it's easily, in my opinion, the best series opener, especially the revival, and it's probably maybe in general. There's adds a Harry's Easter egg in the 60th. Oh, that'll never happen, but it'd be lovely. That would be nice. I probably am going to have to head off in a moment. Matt Smith is the best actor the show's ever had. He is really good. I think I'm waiting. I think we're starting to get to it. Like, because I think, interestingly, with Matt Smith, he kind of has the reverse effect of what Peter Capaldi had. As far as I've observed, right, Peter Capaldi is, like, loved within the fandom, especially. 12 is loved within the fandom. General public-wise, people are like, didn't really click with it. Matt Smith is the opposite. Matt Smith is loved by, like, the average Joe Smo. He's, like, on a similar pedestal to, like, Tannen. Maybe not quite as beloved, but, like, on that, in that conversation. Whereas in, like, the fandom, I feel like he's sort of had a lesser appreciation as years have gone on. Just your face on a billboard. The Tories could definitely be RTD stand-in for the Tories, so he can properly critique them. Atomize, do you want me to get them to all say L again? I will do it. Everyone say L again. Do it. Do it. Do it now. I will not show the 7th part of my character in protest. What? Because there's no Christmas special. In which case, fair enough. Yes. Good. Good. That'll teach you to mock me. Atomize, I can strip your monster. Say L. This is my new favorite hobby. If we fight like animals, we die like animals. Atomize is joining in. They've accepted it. They've accepted the reality of their situation. But yeah, listen, I'm going to have to head off, but it's been a very fun stream. Unless anyone has any, like, if you've got a last minute question, I'll do, you know, like how everyone does, like, in, like, bars, they'll do, like, last minute, like, drinks. If any, especially if you super chat it, it'll pop up and I'll read it, like, really quickly. But, yeah, if anyone's got any last minute questions, put them in now because I am going to go. But, yeah. Be quick if you want to, get anything in. What's a gimmick you'd like introduced? What, in terms of, like, Doctor Who? In what way do you mean gimmick? Favorite type of grilled sandwich? Do you mean, by grilled sandwich, do you mean like a toasty? Oh, right, okay, so like Psychic Paper Sonic and that. Ooh. I don't really know. I haven't really thought about another gadget, necessarily. I don't know. I've always thought the perception filters were cool. So maybe, like, something to do with that. I don't know. Yeah, that'd just be a toasty, I guess. Or I guess, like, Sandwich that is grilled, yeah. I mean, I guess you could like grill like a BLT or something, but like, yeah, like I probably like a cheese and ham toasty or like grilled sandwich if you want to call it that. Probably that. I used to love them as I was a kid. I used to eat them all the time, like some Watsits or something. Another L stam, and you immediately decide your ending. Coincidence? I think not. Well, I could do it again, but yeah, I'm gonna head off. But thank you everyone for tuning in. You know, it's having a last supper. Awesome, thank you. No worries. Enjoy it. L plus ratio of theories. Quite frankly, you're making me really upset. No, I'm joking. I don't. That's okay. But yeah, see you all soon. Take care. Bye bye.